We are... Oh, no. There. Now we're live. Yay!
Let me get it over on the Instagram.
Damn it. My only question... Oh, how the hell did that work? Rough cut and select cut. Rough cut. I'm assuming that's what is it?
Rough cut is tier 1, select cut is top tier.
Got it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. How the hell did that work?
We're off to a slow start today, boys.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue got us.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Whew. I should have done this earlier. This is what happens when I try to update the Patreon giveaway thing.
You had a week off, so.
I know. I got a Sparky. I'm ready to rock if you guys are.
Yeah, let me look over my notes from last week. Make sure there was nothing that we needed to bring up. Nope, we're good there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll hit it, and we'll go whenever y'all are ready.
Yeah, I'm
Hit
ready.
it.
All right.
Welcome to Off the Cut.
Dude, I haven't touched any wood in a long time.
And that's why it's covered in plastic.
Oh, man.
Some X-rated content there.
I don't care how long it is.
Thoroughly excited.
Great for the pocketbook, bad for the environment.
Oh, I'm number 3.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad we got the explicit out of the way early.
If I'm going to put money into this, it's going to be great. And I guarantee it.
Don't forget to spend your Urkel bucks.
That was super easy.
Get it? Ooh. Welcome to Off the Gut episode 215.
215. Good number.
215.
Nice
That's
round
up
number.
there. Yeah. For Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. And you know who was celebrating the Star Wars holiday yesterday?
Everybody?
Everybody? May the 4th
I was
be
going to
with you.
say everyone at KM Tools.
Oh, everybody at our Premier's woodworking tool
That
store.
makes
Damn it.
sense.
Ah, you caught me off guard.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I actually had, I was trying to prepare. I have kmtools.com pulled up on my other window here, and I was just looking at some of the fine tools that Jonathan has crafted over the last couple of years. Have you gotten a chance to play around with the Katz Moses miter rail system yet?
No, but he was showing this to us like 2 years ago at Workbench
Yeah.
Con.
I know. Fun fact, if you ever went to Workbench Con, you would get like sneak peeks at all of Jonathan's upcoming products. He just had like a case that he was carrying around. Like, hey, check this out. Play around with it.
They call him loose lips.
But here's the thing. He works on the tools obsessively for years before they ever get to them. And that's how he's able to maintain this, this aura of high quality, premiumness with all his products, right? It's not just stuff that they slap out or they pump out as quick as they can. They meditate on it. They work on it. They go through rounds and rounds of revisions to create the best possible woodworking tools. That's why if it's in their shop, it's in their shop. It's all high quality stuff that they actually make themselves, or it's stuff that they found from other companies that's just as high quality as the stuff that they make. It's really good stuff. Jonathan's been obviously a big supporter of this channel. I was actually thinking about, maybe we'll talk about this more during the show, but like both Eric and I, like he reached out to both of us at a certain point in our YouTube career, and it was just like, hey, you guys are doing a good job. Like, let me know if I can support you in any way possible. It was like a nice, so not only is he developing these cool tools, but he's just like a swell guy and like a mentor in the community as well. So look, there's multiple reasons why you get to feel good about shopping at KM Tools. One of them is that you're supporting Jonathan, who's a really nice guy. Second one is that a portion of every single sale goes to support the Katz Moses Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund that puts tools in the hands of people who need them. And in addition, if that wasn't enough, he also gives us $50 every single month to give away to one lucky patron. So if you want to get entered into our monthly drawing, head over to patreon.com/offthecutpodcast, sign up to become a member, and you will be automatically entered. And
Do you hear that?
I think I hear something. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Word to your mother.
Everybody, that means it's the first episode of the month, which is one of our favorite times because we get to give away Jonathan's money.
Mm-hmm.
This, like you said, goes every month to a patron who signs up. Well,
One lucky
this
patron.
month, one lucky patron signs up. Any tier level, automatically entered to win. Gonna get right to it.
Let's do
Bailey Thompson won.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Bailey, I don't think has won before. He's been
Not
a
according
long
to
time
notes.
patron. So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. He's playing the long game. Finally paid
Yeah.
off for him.
Yeah.
He's got them extra entries too, so
Yeah,
True.
that's true. That's true.
True.
So Bailey, I'll get you contacted with Jonathan and Mark over at Cam Tools, and they'll get you that $50 gift card sent
Very cool.
straight to you.
Well,
listen. Oh,
hold on. Let me do the transition, Eric.
oh, okay. All right.
Let's say
extract this.
you're looking for a tool that isn't made by Jonathan.
Okay.
Maybe you're looking for some more, maybe a big Maffel saw, or maybe some live edge slats.
Oh.
Where would you go for something like that?
Well, I'd probably recommend you visit our good friend Bill Burkle at WTBwoodworking.com because he's carving out excellence one log at a time.
Love that
Yeah.
tagline.
What a good slogan. I always wanted to have like a good slogan. I was like, I can't come up with anything.
Oh, interesting. Well, nowadays you just have AI generate it for you.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, but Bill's not that kind of guy.
No.
Bill went through hours and days and weeks of revisions to come up with that incredible slogan and an incredible store that he has.
Yeah.
That's the more important part.
Years.
Yes. Yeah. Well, listen to this. Right now, Bill is running a free upgrade with a saw stop.
What?
Yeah, $349 of value with the purchase of any professional cabinet saw, 25% off all mag switch products,
Whoa.
10% off all Zenwu Tool Works products. He just brought in Trend Tool Technologies, a new vendor, and on Saturday, May 23rd, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., he's going to let you get your hands on those big, expensive, crazy, high-end luxury Maffel tools.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
And he's going to have that hot dog roller fired up too, as
Ooh.
what I've heard.
Ooh.
Yep.
Play with them logs that he hacks up to.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So Bill also wants to remind you, if you haven't signed up yet, well, you've only got until the end of May 22nd to be specific. Bill is running yet another ridiculous giveaway, a lifetime supply up to $1,000 worth of Bits and Bits shopping spree. So you can pick up all of your favorite router bits. $1,000 of router bits. That's a lot of router bits.
I'll tell you what, I could have used that today. I snapped 2 bits in my CNC.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
we'll
they
talk
were
about
the
it.
expensive, like $50 to $75 ones.
No, thankfully they were like, 15
Get what you pay
$20
for.
bits.
The junky ones from Amazon?
They weren't chunky ones. They were just 1/8 inch, so they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
We'll
to
talk about that
basically
during the show.
cut paper with those things.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, do yourself a favor. Go over to WTBwoodworking.com/giveaway. Sign up for the lifetime supply of Bits and Bits up to, Bits and Bits shopping spree up to $1,000, of course. And visit him at 390 Pike Road, Huntingdon Valley, PA. And huge shout out to Bill and Jonathan for supporting the podcast. It's been a while.
Yeah.
He is kind of like woodworking
Thanks.
Jesus, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, really. What's I gonna say?
You snapped some bits?
Oh, I snapped some bits. Yeah. You know what? God, I love working with a CNC, but that machine it's dumb. I mean that in it's not. it'll just do dumb things on you. It's like, I wish you had more control over it than you do. So I was cutting out these panels today, and the way my CNC is set up, there's like work holding around the perimeter.
Yeah, sure.
So you have like clamps that hold the material in on the four outside edges of it. So the CNC goes, it does its carve, and then it comes all the way to the bottom, and then so it comes all the way to 0 on the y-axis, and then it scoots over on the x-axis. So as it's doing that, it plows the bit right through one of my aluminum clamps on the side.
Wait, this is perfect time for it.
Epic orchestral finish.
You're right. So immediately, snap one bit doing that. I was like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. $15 bit, not that big a deal. Go load up to do my next carve. When the CNC starts, it goes north on the y-axis. Smashes right through another clip, plus another bit, back to back. Like I had stopped the machine, reset up, started again. And it's like, why doesn't it go up to a safe height and then travel to where it's going to carve, or go out at 45 degrees and then go to where it needs to? Instead, it travels along the axis where you have all your work holding. It doesn't make any sense. And it's cool how it starts every carve.
So it does that something different each time.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. It has some algorithm that figures out how it works, and you don't know how it's going to do it until it starts doing it.
Huh. And it's because I've seen some CNCs where you go to, think of a 3D printer where it slices or whatever. It kind of shows you where it's going to travel from the get-go.
I think there is a mode you can kick it into where it'll show you the path that the tool head is going to take.
Sure.
But I'm not sure if... I think it's unclear to me using the software I'm using whether or not it will then, when you go to actually do the carve, if it'll be the same as the simulation that you've run. I'm not 100% sure.
Now, do you use the X-Carve?
Yeah, it has its own
thingy.
Proprietary software. I could use Fusion if I wanted to, but I've never invested the time to learn how to have Fusion control my CNC rather than the software it comes with.
Because I think with Fusion you can, really dial in tool paths and.
I bet you can. I bet you can.
All kinds of stuff like that.
The X-Carve software is not the most robust software in the world. It's,
okay.
A little bit more geared towards entry-level people, I would say. It's almost better that I use the 1/8" bit and just snap the bit on the thing, because I've actually done it with 1/4" bits, and the 1/4" bit will actually just go right through the clamp.
Oh.
Because they're aluminum clamps, so they're strong, but they're softer than steel, right?
Right.
So if you get a big enough bit and you try and go right through it, it will just burn right through it.
See, now it makes you wish, and maybe some CNCs do. I have no idea. Do they have these little cameras that are almost scan the area almost?
Maybe more advanced ones do. Yeah, your 3D printer has a little camera in it.
Sure.
And it'll detect if things go awry and pause the print for you. There's nothing like that with in theory. It doesn't always work, but at least it's there, With the CNC, there's not. It's all I don't want to say manual because that's probably not the right word for it, but you know what I mean. You take my meaning, right?
Yeah.
There's no sensor or anything to tell whenever, none of them make one with a sensor that they can tell you if the spindle's tweaked at all?
Maybe some do, but not mine.
Huh.
Yeah. Now, so I don't know if you guys have ever used a laser cutter before. I know you have one in the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Does that operate the way that my laser cutter works, where I open up the lid, I pop down my piece of wood, and then it actually takes a picture?
Yes.
So then I can place exactly where I want the artwork on it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the CNC needs that.
Something like that. That would be handy. That would be very handy. The CNC is again, I feel like it's kind of like a dumb tool. Every time I use my 3D printer, I'm like, man, this thing has so many nice to have little features built into it that save you time and prevent mistakes and stuff like that. again, the CNC very manual, very analog, like,
very rough.
Yeah. It'll let you mess up in some interesting ways.
The way I've seen a lot of it happen is like, okay, let's say you're just cutting a simple square with the CNC or whatever. So I've seen it like, go around the perimeter of the square, and then it retracts the bit. Say it made a 1/2 inch depth of cut.
Yeah.
It retracts the bit, but only retracts the bit 3/8, and then just drags itself across the path, and you're like,
I've had that happen.
Like,
Today I was cutting out these acrylic panels here. I'll grab one behind me. The acrylic panel is like 3 millimeters thick, an 1/8 of an inch thick. I cut one of these today, cut perfectly. And then so I was cutting them in series of 4. The first one cuts beautifully. Then it goes over to the next one, and somehow the CNC just started cutting at like a 4 millimeter offset. So it was
like an air cut.
It was an air cut. It was running the pattern, but somehow it was 4 millimeters higher, and that's like within the same carve. Like, figure out how the hell that happened. There must be some sensor in it that detects its height that got offset by 4 millimeters somehow.
Or like one of like the motors, the stepper motor, like skipped a little, skipped a bead or something. But
something like that. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me.
Now, if it was me that this happened to, everybody would just be like, well, you just don't know what you're doing with computers and tech. Zach, I trust you know what you're doing. Like I trust
appreciate that.
you've set this thing up, like, and got it situated. But.
Oh, there's all sorts of weird stuff. I remember once I was cutting some templates for Scott. He was trying to, if anybody watched Scott's video where he made his desk at home, it's like this crazy bent lamination thing. Yeah. He had these big panels that he wanted to cut. So he cut MDF templates so that he could cut them with a router.
Sure.
So we cut those on my CNC. And one of them was like big, long, probably like 18 inches by 6 inches or something like that. In the middle of the cut, the router just like was supposed to go right, and it started going left and down at a 45-degree angle and just completely botched the cut out of nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not being super educated on CNCs, this sounds like it's a software issue.
I think so. Software or some sort of calibration with the machine. I tried to look into it. I was like, is there like some sort of reset that I have to do that I'm not doing?
Yeah.
My dad was using it a couple weeks ago, and he was calling me. He's like, hey, what's up with this thing? He was trying to cut a wine rack. So just a bunch of circles and a piece of wood, essentially, right? He's like, I can do like 5 circles, and then on the 6th one, it just jumps over 6 inches. And I was like, yeah, sometimes it does that. You kind of got to split the carve up into multiple pieces, and then usually it's okay.
Do you think it's like almost like we were talking about, like the Chat GPT has this like buffer of memory?
Maybe it can only have so many instructions in a single cut or something like that.
Only so many lines of G code or something like that.
But like, look, dude, we're talking about 5 circles, 5 like 6 inch or however, whatever the diameter of a wine bottle is. Like, it's not, these were not crazy. So
is it a chain drive or a belt drive?
Mine it's actually like a spindle. Like it's.
Well,
like
I meant like the brings it on the X and the Y axis. Oh, like a threaded rod that it runs along? Okay.
Yeah.
Like a lead screw.
Lead screw, that's the right word. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then that's directly connected to the motor or through gears, I'm assuming?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think it's what do you call it? Not an eccentric. I don't know what they call the thing that there's a type of gear that would spin a lead screw. I can't remember what it's called though.
Yeah. Okay. It just makes me think of like whenever, every once in a while, if I don't keep my 3D printer clean, that band tight on it that it runs, it'll get off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I had one of my 3D printers got a little squeaky, and I had to adjust that band a little bit. Yeah.
I've never done a lick of maintenance on any of my 3D printers.
No, don't you get the little message on it that pops up like, hey, like lubricate this, clean it, just ignore it?
Yeah.
I mean, both of mine have that warning on them currently. Yeah. I'm like, they'll go another couple days without it.
I was actually thinking about I need to do maintenance on mine. I was working with it last week, and I was running into a couple issues, and I was like, okay, I just need to like clean the rods and maybe clean out the tip or replace the tip. It's probably needs to be replaced. I've replaced it once in the year and a half that I've had it, so I could probably stand to do a little maintenance on it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of the newer style ones with the two heads. They're considerably harder to strip down and do maintenance on. But with like the X1C and the P2S and stuff like that, I could do it in 10 seconds. I was really quick at breaking down the tool head on that thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I think probably goes to show how many times I broke it. But
I remember the first time I had one break on me, and I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, what's going on? It was actually a fantastic experience to have the machine break on you, because you really truly learn
For sure.
all the parts and pieces of it.
yes, yeah. I did that video about modding your 3D printer too. That gave me a lot of, because I was buying like parts and swapping them in.
yeah,
That gave me a new appreciation for it.
Probably deep diving into a lot of stuff too. I remember one of the first prints I did, like probably like my third print. For whatever reason, the head on the unit just like crashed into that glass that glass door on the front,
really?
and the cover just like came off, and like
crazy.
it stopped and it gave me a warning. I have no idea why it did it, but then it continued to print just fine. But it was really weird.
I had the first 3D printer I had was that Creality something or other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was your first one.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a rough way to start with 3D printing. Yeah, you're right. I remember. Yeah.
Remember, because
You were like, I remember. Yeah, you couldn't get the supports to come off, and I was like, oh well, clearly, like, something's just
User
tweaked
error.
in your settings.
Right. So you
I was like-
literally sent me like a file, save as, here's the 3MF with all the settings and everything sent to me.
Exactly,
I sent you a video, and I was like taking pliers and like vice grips trying to break this thing off. They wouldn't come off. You're like, oh yeah, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Ended up giving it to my buddy, and he doesn't print anything with supports, and he's like,
Oh.
it works fine for me. I was like,
There you
all
go.
right, well, there
That's
you
all
go.
you
You got a $1,000 printer for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had that happen with my Creality. So then I bought a Prusa something or other, a Prusa 4 or something. Well, that was a chore and a half assembling that thing.
Yeah, that comes in like a million pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a significant amount of money you save by assembling it yourself. Like it's
How
not
much? Like
$50. Like I want to say it's like $200.
Okay.
I'd pay the $200 and have it come out of the box. That was so
I know.
nice.
Yeah.
I know I should have, but I really did learn a lot assembling that of like how it all works and whatnot. But never again. No, I value my time.
You say you learned a lot, but do you feel like you learned a lot that you wouldn't have learned otherwise, or you just learned it all on the front end as opposed to over time of owning it?
Yeah, I think the second half. I think I just learned it at once as opposed to over time.
Okay.
But I knew how to troubleshoot things instantly.
Yeah.
Like if I got a clog, I instantly knew what to do.
Do you think those skills apply to other 3D printers? Like, were you like, okay. It wasn't just specific to that one machine.
Yeah. But then the Prusa is relatively dumb. I mean, it doesn't have a bunch of sensors and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, like a year or so ago, I was doing a print overnight, and I wake up in the middle of the night. I thought somebody was breaking into the house. And I come upstairs, and the entire print head, like no joke, it got like a clog or something, and the entire print head had encased itself fully in filament. Or like it probably used, I don't know, 100 or 200 grams of filament. It completely enclosed itself, and I was like, I can't get that off.
Good old fashioned blob of death, I think they call that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was just toast, so I got rid of it, and I had the bamboo ones since then, and they've worked well for me. So I'm
right.
They've never paid me a dime, but I wouldn't buy anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't turn them away either.
Bamboo really kind of changed the game. It went from this thing where you kind of had to be an enthusiast about, like you had to be like a 3D print. It was like a hobby. It was getting into a hobby, right?
You had to be willing to learn.
You had to be willing to learn to this machine where you just like plop it down on your desk, just hit print, and it still screws up to some degree, but not nearly as much as any of the other ones.
No.
Much more user friendly.
So what was this this thing that you're cutting on the acrylic that you're cutting on the CNC? What's this for? What's the next console?
Yeah, next console. So I'm working on the current gen Xbox. So I'm trying to make a clear one. So I'm cutting a bunch of clear. Clear acrylic panels. So you can. The inside of the Xbox is actually really cool. So and there's I think we talked about this last episode, maybe Deric. I found the Crystal Xbox. So when the original, the OG Xbox came out, they did a special edition Crystal one.
Oh yeah.
And those things are traded.
The green or the clear one?
Well, either. Well, that's why I have clear. Well, you can't really see because I still have the protective paper, but this is clear green, and then I also have clear. I had to do it a lot of different ways. So I have like milky. Actually, no, this is like the full-on clear, like glass, and then I also have like the kind of milky plastic as well. So I'm gonna try all three and see. But
is that a Canadian exclusive?
What's that? I don't think so. Is it?
I don't know. That's what this one thing came up on eBay.
The clear Xbox?
Yeah, it says Microsoft Xbox Crystal Limited Edition Canada exclusive.
I don't think so. I thought it was a Mountain Dew thing.
The green one might be.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because remember, this is when I got in trouble for supposed identity theft.
That's right.
When I was doing the Mountain Dew thing, trying to get the long story short recap. Yeah, I know you guys know this. For listeners, Mountain Dew was doing a promo. I went online to try to fill out all these surveys and stuff like that because you get points and you could win an Xbox. Put in a bunch of false information that was just like 123 Happy Street. Well, long story short, I went to the police station and almost got convicted of identity theft.
Bill Gates was pissed.
We were all good, and I was like what, like 6th grade or something like that. I don't know.
Man. Yeah, I remember back whenever that one came out, they had a bunch of there was a bunch of websites like modding them was really popular to like get like different cases.
Yes,
and I got a Chrome one for mine.
Oh wow, cool!
I like that. That was pretty cool.
Or you could change the light, so like the light was like blue instead of green or something like that.
Yeah. Well, nice. Long story short, I'm trying to make a modern version of one of those old Crystal Xboxes. So
nice.
But you guys know, I mean, talking about 3D printers, printing clear plastic is nigh impossible, right? You can do
translucent, but not crystal clear.
But even that's like it's just like kind of like milky white opaque.
Yeah. And you get the lines still.
Exactly. So I'm basically like 3D printing an internal frame, and then I'm going to bolt a bunch of clear panels to the outside.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to potentially send it off to one of those, like send, cut, send, or whatever the hell it is.
That's, So I think I'm going to definitely mention that in the video. I think I'm going to sell like a kit that people can download. So it'll be like the CNC files for this. I'll be like, send it to send, cut, send, have them make 4 of these panels for you. And then if you have a 3D printer, you can print the other pieces, or you can also have send, cut, send, or PCB Way or one of the other companies make them for you.
Sick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, the last thing you want whenever you're doing a project like that is for it to fall apart on you because you don't use the correct glue.
Oh, dude.
That's why I recommend Gorilla Glue for it.
I got a Gorilla Glue story to interject, but do your thing.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you spend hours working on it, and you print off or you cut up all these little acrylic panels. You want to glue them together nice and tight. Maybe not the wood glue, but definitely the super glue they have. They have a CA glue.
That's
very fine glue.
That's what I'm going to talk to you about.
It's great for projects like this. You put a little bead down, stick it on there, let it dry or cure. Dry, cure. I get in arguments about that one in the comment section a lot. I believe it's cure. But I like to say dry. It's drying. But anyways, Gorilla Glue. Yes. Go ahead and get you some Gorilla Glue. It is uses less water. It does not foam up. Ooh, you got some of the epoxy there. That's good. Pairs well with wood filler. Their wood filler and other products. They have anything that you need to be held together. Gorilla Glue has you covered. From tapes to epoxies to glues. Yeah. It's that time of year. Things are warming up, and it's time to make sure that you got everything.
Oh, no.
Gorilla Glue sealant that they got there.
Oh, we're losing Deric a little bit.
Did I fall out?
We fell out for a second mid-ad read.
Oh, mid-ad read. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Well, this is a StreamYard. It's not held together by Gorilla Glue, unfortunately. But yeah, this time of year, get you some of that 100% silicone sealant. Seal up your windows and doors.
Heck yeah.
Do some of that maintenance springtime requires. But yeah, if you need two things bonded together in the strength that only Gorilla can provide, Gorilla Tough has a solution for you. So it's what we keep on the bench. Gorilla Tough, even for the pros, easy enough for everybody. Order yours today at GorillaTough.com/offthecut. That tells them that we sent you. That's GorillaTough.com/offthecut. And that'll be in the show notes if you need a little reminder.
Thanks, Gorilla Glue.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you. So today in the shop, well, I'm driving to the shop. I have my Xbox in the trunk of the car. Maybe drove away from a stoplight a little too fast. Xbox falls over, breaks off a little 3D printed thing. Thinking, you know what? It's okay. I got some super glue. I can just glue it back on there. I could not, for the life of me, find my Gorilla Glue super glue. And their super glue is so much better because it's like a gel and it's very thick, so you can use it. You can control it much better. I had to use a vastly inferior, like very runny, very thin super glue, and I did not. The whole time I was like, "Where is my Gorilla Glue?"
The gel.
Super glue. The gel.
Yeah,
the gel is
gel.
very handy. I use it all the time.
Are you gelling? They're gelling.
You know what super glue I absolutely hate?
Which
Is the
Bob's?
thin. Oh no, yeah,
but
Bob's.
that's what I had to use.
The ultra thin stuff that's
It
like
was
pouring
water.
out water.
Yeah.
And dude, if you put enough of that stuff on something and spray it with the accelerator, well, not only that, but it'll like your eyes start burning and like you can't breathe. It becomes dude, it becomes super toxic.
Yeah, it's
And
like
then it
so-
runs to your skin, and suddenly it just starts setting from the moisture off of your skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mess with thin super glue, man.
No, just gel stuff for me, please.
Yeah. I'll do medium.
Yeah.
It depends. If you wanted to like soak into crack or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But for like repairing 3D printed plastic, gel all day.
Isn't it
Can't use the
amazing?
accelerant though on the 3D printed stuff. Like I find that it always discolors it.
It's
It
like
does discolor it.
chalky.
It's
Yeah,
only
chalky.
it's only okay if you don't care about what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It amazes me that super glue. I mean, I remember having super glue as a kid that came in like a little aluminum tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think it just kind of like went out of popularity. And then I think in like 2015, it became like,
Instagram brought it back. It was, you know who
Is
it
that
was?
what
It
it
was
was?
Starbond with
Yeah.
all the sending it out to
Yeah.
every single influencer.
if you're breathing, you got a bottle of Starvon.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So funny.
so did you finish up the Xbox? Is it done?
No, I'm still. I got all the panels cut, but I still have some 3D modeling, and I got some mods that I want to do to it too. But you know, I'm getting there.
All right.
What about you? You working on anything funny? You just getting back from your vacation?
Getting back from vacation, I'm in deep in editing mode
Okay.
right now. I got 2 videos I got to edit right now. No timeline that they need to be edited by. However, just trying to get them done, get a video out, and I've been doing that, planning for the next project. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to remodel the bathroom or if I'm going to do some other videos. It just kind of depends. But I got to get these 2 set because I told myself I'm not going to do this thing where I get halfway through and I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm not starting something else. But
Yeah.
4 half-done projects later.
I know.
Yeah.
The one thing I did do was I told you guys we'd landed on that she wants the Tesla for her car.
Yeah.
So I'm running the I just finished all the electrical for the Tesla charger.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I lucked out.
Thick wire.
6 gauge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 6 gauge.
It's like a hose.
I know, it's like a 60 amp breaker. Yeah. So I run 6 gauge wire. So I ran it up the wall, over the attic, down the wall, and then through the exterior wall to put the charger out there.
Okay.
So I needed to run conduit because this is what they call THHN wire. So it's not Romex. So like Romex is where it's like one rubber or whatever you want to call it, one rubber thing with 3 wires inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is such high amperage, because it's such high amperage, you need for a 60 amp breaker, you actually need to run THHN wire, which is individual wires.
Oh,
What do you mean individual? Like, oh, I see. They're not sleeved. I see. So you need to
there's
run
no sleeve.
2 or 3 wires. Does it need a ground as well?
It needs a ground and 2 hots
Okay.
for this specific one.
Are they solid, like with the
They're stranded.
Romex, or they're stranded? I was gonna say they have to be stranded if they're that thick.
Yeah.
It's stranded. So it's like the size of a pencil, each individual wire. It's beefy. So anyway, because it's unprotected, I have to run it all through conduit. And I'm like, Jesus Lord.
Yeah. What do you do? Is it just like the half-inch conduit?
No, I had to get 1-inch conduit.
1 inch, okay.
So like you could make 3/4 inch conduit work, but it was not much more expensive to get 1 inch.
Yeah, but I'm sure those the corners and stuff like the 90s are probably fun when you're doing it with 3/4.
Well, so I have a 100-foot snake line, right? Like a wire pole thing. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to basically put like 1 pole box basically on each side of the attic so that I can then fish it down the wall and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to put the snake all the way through the entire system.
Yeah.
That's stupid. There are too many curves and stuff like that. Dude, I couldn't even do it through more than like 3 curves.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I couldn't pull it. So then I had to cut the conduit right in the middle of the pole, put another junction pole box in there.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I was up in the attic sweating. It was terrible.
I've heard
in insulation.
if you put a little bit of that sucks. Got to do those jobs in the wintertime when it's not hot
I
out.
know.
I've heard that if you put some dish soap in the conduit, it can help kind of lubricate the corners so you can pull them through a little bit better. But I've never actually tried that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this wire was actually pre-lubed, allegedly.
Oh,
It was kind of slick, had like a coating on it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I got that all situated. That's all working. And it blows my mind when you're cutting like holes and stuff in siding. Like you put those little like mounting plates and stuff on the siding.
Yeah.
Where, you put like a hose bib or something like that. You would think that it needs to be way, way, way more like sealed and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you really just need to protect against water going in one direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I used to think when I was younger, that houses were much more air or watertight than they actually are.
Nope.
You're just really, all you need to do is like protect against the water from falling from above. It's not really meant to stop it from going sideways or up or anything like that.
I know.
Yeah.
Or insects or snakes or anything else for that matter.
Yeah.
But like knowing me, like I went overboard. So I ran the wire through. I had spray foam insulation in the hole going through the wire. I siliconed it. I used rubber gaskets as I was attaching the PVC to the back of the Tesla charger. I was like, dude, if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna go overboard. And then I looked around at like the hose bibs. I'm like, there's like no protection here.
All the hose bibs have like a 1/2-inch gap around them the whole way around. Yeah.
But you also know why they do that. Another reason is if moisture gets in there, it has a place to go. So if you got it sealed up watertight, you got nowhere for moisture to go.
The bottom, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you always leave the bottom open.
Yeah.
But so after I ran all the conduit, I pulled my my fish tape out, and to give a rough idea of how much wire I needed, right? So I needed about 50 feet. So I was like, I'm going to get 60 feet of wire just so I got plenty of room. So I go to the electrical supplier, and they, like you guys told me, they said, oh, you need to have a contractor's license to buy from us. So I was like, whatever. So I go to the Ace Hardware. Their wire, they had the exact same wire. It's the South wire or something or other. And find this old guy in there to like help me like pull the wire out and measure it and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, that's 60 feet there. And he just goes like, gives me like another like 4 or 5 swift pulls. And he's like, it's not my wire. I'm like, all right, man.
Nice.
So then, like, he gives me the little ticket, 60 feet of the green, 60 feet of the red, 60 feet of the black, and I go up there, go up to the counter, and I'm just, chatting with the lady ringing me out, and I'm like, this is probably going to be your most expensive ticket of the day. She goes, you only have 3 items. I was like, I know.
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah, and so she like rings me up or whatever. She's like, it's $190, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this should be about 300.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay. Ring out, go out to the car, look at the receipt. She rings out red wire, $1.60 at 60 feet. Or black wire, $1.60 at 60 feet. Green wire, $1.60, 1.6 feet.
Oh.
So I was like, hell yeah. She didn't charge me for a third of the wire, basically.
Okay. All right. That's not bad.
That's a good way to start the project. So,
Yeah.
She didn't charge you for most of the wire, 1.6 feet.
Yeah.
I saved myself 58.4 feet of 6-gauge wire. But yeah, I got that all situated. But of course, I was trying to run it through the wall without cutting any of the drywall because I really didn't want to do any drywall repair.
I know.
Yeah.
And because the walls are already insulated, running conduit down a wall that's already insulated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to cut through the wall.
Yeah.
And then it was way easier. And I would have spent less time cutting through the wall and repairing it than I would have trying to finagle it down a wall that was
Invariably, that's always the way it goes. Yeah.
I mean, if you can get it right up against one of the studs and there's nothing else in your way, you might be able to slip it between and get it all the way down. But
I
yeah,
know.
like that's just luck.
I know.
Yeah.
But finally got the car or the Tesla charger installed.
Nice.
And now just got to edit the videos, and then I will be fully on the next video train. Other than, did I tell you guys what happened with the garage door?
No. The green springs? Or you wanted to get your tension adjusted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Tell me.
Okay. So for everybody listening, I'm working on a video of like garage door upgrades and stuff like that. So, or garage upgrades, how to just make your whole space more, nicer to work in, be in, insulated, put down new flooring, new lights, insulate the door, new hinges, new rollers, all that kind of stuff. So,
Sorry, quick question. Is the Tesla charger going to be in the garage upgrade video?
no,
Okay.
no. I didn't think that was super related.
Yeah. More and more people are having electric cars. I mean, what do you have, like 59 things in that video?
Yeah, I think I got 16.
Yeah, but you ran all the electrical yourself. People, well, I mean, you might like that actually. People tend to get
Yeah,
quite
people get
chatty
pissy
about that.
Yeah. But why? But why? I mean, no one gets mad if you put a new sink in or a new toilet
Right.
in.
That's a great question. I think people, I don't know.
I think because there's a lot of ways to do it wrong, and there's only
Yeah.
one way to do it right, and it's that guy third row down in the comments section. That's the only way to do it right.
Yeah.
I did buy myself a torque screwdriver though, because I was like, with a steady like draw of this much power, I was like, I'll buy a torque screwdriver to make sure the terminals are tightened properly.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
But so I did all these upgrades to the garage door, and then I knew that the spring was already needed tension because, like, even on the old garage door, it was on the old garage door motor, it was struggling to lift it up, and so I would like release it from the safety thing, try to lift it up, and it was I pulled out a scale. It was well north of 150 pounds is how much extra weight it was. So I was like, all right, I got to get my my spring tension. So I called a company out, and the guy was like, 100%. He goes, I will, change your spring. Your spring is shot. He said, this is the original one. It's like 30 years old.
So did it lose tension over time, and that made it harder? Like it stopped springing, and that made it harder to lift.
Yeah, he was showing me that if you look at your springs, they have little like lines on them. It's almost like a calibration line, so he can tell how many turns had been made.
Okay.
He said this looks like it's already been turned more than what it should have.
Okay.
So he's like, this spring shot. He goes 100%. He goes, I could tighten it a little bit more, but he says probably only going to give you like 15, 20 pounds of lift. Doesn't solve your problem.
Yeah.
He goes, I would replace it. And I was like, okay, probably would have anyway. And he goes, so I can replace it, but just know that is the most expensive repair you can get done on a door. So he's like, just throwing it out there. If you're considering at all getting a new door, time probably would be the time.
Yeah.
That it's already 30 years old. And there's a bunch of dents and stuff like that. And a lot of the hardware is just like jacked up on it. So he's like, all right, so we could do, and then like the little bearings on the side that have like the steel drums and stuff. He goes, you can already see that those are leaking like fluid, like the grease and the bearings and stuff like that. He goes, you might want to do those. You don't have to, but you might. So he's like, that'll be like $250. The new spring will be like $600 installed and stuff like that. So we're talking like $850. He's like, you can get a new door insulated, installed with a new spring and everything, and you can get it whatever color you want because we were already planning on painting it anyway.
Oh, true, yeah.
He's like, installed 27.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I think I'm just gonna get a new door.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so like in the video, I think what I'm gonna do is kind of like this foreshadowing, kind of like, well, I noticed this, like this is pretty beat up, this is pretty beat up too, this is pretty beat up too. And at the end of the video, I'm just gonna be like, all of these worked. But the reality with DIY projects is sometimes you're trying to put lipstick on a pig when in reality you should just replace the damn thing.
Yeah.
If it was just one of these, it'd be worth it. But all of them, you're just replacing the whole thing.
Yeah. And like I have where you can see the garage door like in the center is like cracked.
Right.
Oh wow.
And stuff like that. And like some of like the little hinges and like little where the rollers connect to the door and stuff are like bent and like whopper jawed and all jacked up. So it's like even the whole time I was doing this video, I'm like, oh man, that's not in good shape.
It just didn't turn out the way you wanted in the end, I guess. Yeah.
But I think I have to address that in the video.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I think people actually enjoy that, like seeing like not a fail, but like reality, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a realistic take on it. It's like you can put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, you should know when things are so far gone that it just makes more sense to replace it.
Right.
Now, are you going to feel bad? Like, because you did the installation and stuff, right?
All of the upgrades I put in there, maybe $300.
Okay. So
400 tops.
Yeah, not too crazy.
So
you can
like,
justify that as,
video expense,
right? Like you were showing other people how to do that for their doors that are in better condition.
I will say, all that aside, not only do we get to have a new door, we get to pick the design so we can have it match the front door and the color, which is exciting. But those green hinges, dude, they're nice.
Yeah.
They're
so nice. Your new door, will you install them on the new door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
Are you gonna get like any sort of? You can get like a window in it at all? Like.
See, I don't think we're gonna do a window.
Okay.
Throw off light for filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hate like when you get that like sunny shady throws off the filming.
True.
And I don't know. Part of me it feels like it's more secure, but like I mean, who's actually looking in the window? And if somebody wants to get into their house, they're getting in your house.
Well, mine has a window, but it's like opaque. It's like frosted, so you can't see through it at all. And it's also up. It's probably 6 feet off the ground.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, if somebody wanted to get into your shop, they're getting in.
Oh yeah, totally.
But It's interesting now that to go around and look at all because since we're going to purchase a garage door, now we're looking at everyone's garage door in the neighborhood, and there are so many different designs
Oh,
and stuff like
100%.
that, and now we're just
That's
trying
why
to
I was
figure out.
asking more than anything. Is like I just like the aesthetic of having some little windows.
I know.
A little natural light in there.
Yeah.
The opaque window is certainly an option, though.
Yeah.
Certainly is an option.
Yeah.
It does blow my mind of the different options of like all the different insulations and stuff like that. I think we're
Really?
going to get the one that has the steel not only on the front of the door, but also on the back, so
Right.
that if you
Fully
bump it or
boxed.
bang it, because you can get a vinyl like a vinyl inside one.
Yeah.
But I think if like you bang a board on that, it's going to rip and tear and just like.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. But I would think the vinyl would maybe not dent. Like it would, if you hit it with something, it would like pop back into its original position. You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
Whereas a steel door might dent if you whacked it with a 2x4 or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just figured the steel was going to be more durable, and that
Probably
one had a
long term.
better R value as well.
Yeah.
It'll
yeah.
take a beating a little better for
Yeah.
sure. And then the vinyl over time might get brittle. It would be my fear.
That was my concern. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume it's probably pretty well figured out at this point. Like they would use the right type of vinyl, because you can get vinyl windows that last you decades and decades, right?
I don't know. We're in the age of planned obsolescence. They plan these things to fail after 5 or 10 years.
Fair.
You're a vinyl window over an aluminum window kind of guy.
Nah, I actually like the ones that are like a vinyl, not like a. There's nice vinyl that you can get that looks like wood. So you get like a vinyl core and then a wood inside.
Oh.
Yeah, I like those ones because they last better. They won't rot the way a wood would.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can also get like aluminum clad and stuff like that too, which is probably ages a little bit better.
Now let me ask you guys this: for the insulation on the door, you can get like an R8,
Okay.
like an R13, and then like an R19.
Yeah.
I feel like going with the absolute highest insulation on the door isn't really gonna do a hell of a lot.
I would agree with that.
I don't know. You got the Mr. Cool in there or whatever, right? Like mini split going on in
But R19 is a higher R value than the walls and the ceiling.
Exactly.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I think
my
it,
walls are like.
I thought you
12.
insulated. What you insulated it? What'd you insulate the walls and everything with?
I don't know. It's 2x4, so I can't imagine it's more than R12.
yeah.
It's not 2x6 walls. It's 2x4.
Yeah, what do you get?
walls.
You get like three R an inch, I think, or 4
Something
R
like
an
that.
inch. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking like you would have to have a pretty thick garage door to get.
I think it's like a
R19 or
2-inch
whatever.
thick garage door. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
But it's like solid foam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it must be a
yeah.
higher density foam. Yeah, I think you're gonna like you can have the beefiest door with all the insulation in the world. You're probably still gonna lose a bunch of
Oh yeah.
air underneath, around the bottom, around the sides, around the door. I'm sure you have like a secondary door into your garage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like at a certain point, it's like I don't know.
All right, one more argument for the higher R value on the garage door.
Okay.
Please.
Does the sun beat down on that garage door? Because it's gonna absorb a lot more heat.
It's north
Okay.
facing. The door
North
faces north.
Yeah, mine faces south, so it gets sun all day long. And in the hotter parts of the year, like you can walk up to it and touch it, and it's hot.
You gotta paint
Yeah.
that bad boy white.
Yeah,
No, we're getting it black.
You get black. Woo.
Yeah.
You're not worried about showing like rain. I don't know, just kind of dirt from the rain and stuff
I
like
know. I know.
that.
Well, we have our front door is black, so we want it
You
to
gotta
match.
match them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I think we're gonna go with like the middle, basically just match whatever R value I have on the walls and move on.
that's a good
That's
idea.
what I would do. Especially if there's a big cost difference between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we got to order that. That'll take like what the guy said, like 3 to 6 weeks for that to.
3 to 6 weeks. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
annoying.
So I think in the video, I'm just because I want to get the video out. I think I'm just gonna say like I'm getting it replaced at the end. I think I have to have it replaced.
I mean, look, you already have it all filmed. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Would that be a good call to action at the end of the video to be like, what do you think? At this point, should I just replace the whole door, or are the upgrades good enough?
Yeah, interesting.
And then let them fight it out in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you have done?
And then just you don't have to address it in the next video or anything.
Yeah, because my only concern is like, I do another video and all of a sudden it's like, wait, you had this like purple foam insulation on your door and now it's just like white steel.
Yeah,
do you have that a lot? People calling back to old videos like, hey, there's a disconnect here.
For whatever. Idea.
I don't think I've ever had anybody call me out on any sort of continuity error. And I think about it all the time. Like I'll film things out of sequence and I'll be like, like, I don't know, like
a red shirt than a blue shirt,
right?
Or like even bigger stuff. Like I think some videos, like the surface that I'm working on, because I swapped the top on my workbench. It went from being a black top to being a wood top.
I've never noticed.
Nobody notices.
Nobody noticed. Like people don't notice these details that you think are going to be like,
They won't notice your garage door either.
Yeah.
Or you got a haircut.
Oh, I get constantly my hair, my clothes are changing.
I'm like in the middle of filming and I'm like, I need to get my hair cut, but I think I'm going to wait until I'm done filming so that there's no issue.
One cares.
Yeah.
You watch I often get a haircut before I start filming videos. So as it goes, you can kind of see how long one of my videos takes to make. Cause it's like a skin tight fade at the beginning. And then it's like long and shaggy at the end of the video.
Yeah. Well, cause we both have the same thing where it's a lot shorter on the sides.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But well, Deric, what's going on in your world over there, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Yeah, like I said, I'm in the middle of shooting one. I just started a video a couple days ago and shooting that right now. It's like a really simple, quick one that's going to lead into another one. And so I started shooting on that. Man, I'm trying to do more talking directly to the camera and doing a lot of it in camera as opposed to coming in after the fact and editing down and building a narrative around that. I'm trying to dictate the narrative, or give the narrative as I film so that I can just edit to that narrative and it'll be a little more easier because it's a simple project and I have it in my head, but in the moment it's different for sure. And I'm feeling that. But I did a simple one last week that I didn't think was going to be that interesting, and I didn't really film anything because it was just a little box that I built for my wife's desk because she wanted something to like do cable management with for her office. So I came up with this idea. She kind of likes like the rustic look, so I did like a little rustic box that's like open on the top or it's recessed on the top so she can do fake plants in it. So it kind of looks like a little planter box, but all of her cables are run into it and then out of it.
Oh, nice.
And then I just 3D printed a bunch of like internal stuff. Like I measured out the hub and 3D printed something that clamps onto that and then extends so that it holds it into place because the front of it is exposed so that can like stick out just enough so she can plug stuff into it and like reach the power button on it. And then I 3D printed like a little riser that attaches to that 3D print. So that then a final wood, like a 1/8-inch wood board can be placed on top of that then the flowers can rest on top of. But it's got a little hole so you can like pull it out and get to everything on the inside. So it was just like I said, it was just a really simple project. But by the end of it, I was like, man, I should have filmed a little bit more of this. I could have at least turned it into like a reel or used it somehow. But it was kind of nice to also just get out and like build it in just a few hours and walk away and be fine with it. Like I went out there today to film and all I was doing was cutting down the board, like truing up the edges so that I can glue together 4 boards. Mm-hmm. And that was all I had on the docket today and it took me forever because of filming and trying to talk about it and stuff. Yeah.
I know.
And I spent so much time just sitting back going, okay, what do I want to say exactly? And then like, because I don't really have a script or anything. I just kind of like have like bullet points of like what I want to reach and everything. So I'm trying to like talk to it and then it's like, oh yeah, okay, I need to come back and do that with a little more energy, and then I bring up the energy but then I forget what I'm saying halfway through it and it's just like this constant like back. But I don't know, I'm learning, I'm figuring it out, I'm getting there.
Zach, I'm curious if you're like me when you do like those little like short talking heads and spurts. Do
Yeah.
you try to make those not necessarily like story related, but rather more like objective? Like, oh man, I can't figure out how these pieces go together. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like something where it's like almost like an anecdote, or like you bring it down to a very like, okay, I think I need to cut this piece here. Like very very objective and like obvious about what you're doing.
I try to use them to move the talking to camera bits kind of in my videos normally like join to
Transition.
different. It's like a transition, right? It's like, okay, we're done with this thing, and now we should be moving into this next area.
Yeah.
So I'll say something like, okay, now that we've built the tabletop, now we can't just have it floating in midair, so we need to build some legs for it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, boom, cut to me making legs.
It's also, but you could say something as simple as that. It doesn't require this like crazy story arc.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can say in like one sentence and not try to
Yes.
memorize 4 sentences at once.
I try to, and this is like something that I've learned later. I try to set up a new story arc or cap off the end of an old story arc. So, okay, so again, today I was in the shop and I was cutting these panels, right? So the first thing I say when I get into the shop is I said something like I said earlier in the video, 3D printing transparent panels is a huge pain in the ass. So instead, we're going to cut our transparent panels out of some much larger acrylic sheets and
Right.
then cut into me doing the thing.
And that was
right?
the talking head point.
And that was the talking. So I try and keep it short, but it's like it's setting up the thing I'm going to do next, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And weaving it into the story if I can manage it, but it's tough to manage it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll have those talking head, excuse me. Sometimes I'll have those talking head portions and I'm like, nah. And those will be ones that I honestly delete more often. I try to make more and then I'm like, I don't want that one, don't want that one.
Yeah, I find myself getting rid of those talking head things is a great way to get your video like flowing faster. But sometimes you need a little bit of a break. I find like, if it's just narration, voiceover, it gets a bit monotonous.
Yeah.
So usually I'll record like 7 or 8 of those little breakups in the video, and then 3 to 5 of them will actually get used, and the other ones will get tossed out.
There are also really good ways to do like the sitcom A/B story thing where
Yes.
you can be like, okay, instead of making a 25-minute segment about how you're making the legs on a table, say, well, this glue needs to dry. So while this glue dries, we're going to do this thing. Like
Exactly.
where you can kind of like shift and then come back.
Yeah. While we wait for that 3D print to finish, let's go do this.
Right. And it kind of makes this fresh thing. So you've only seen one thing for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then boom, snap to something different.
I think it kind of like re-engages the audience a little bit too.
Yeah.
It's like kind of easy to tune out if you're like, again, you're being monotonous. You're just talking about the same subject over and over again. It's like quick interjection to break things up onto a new subject. We'll come back to this in a minute type of thing.
But it's so weird because if you're thinking like, all right, sit down with a piece of pen and paper and I want to entertain somebody and show them how I created this thing.
Yeah.
Logically speaking,
You're like,
you should go chronologically.
yes. Yeah. That's
But-
where I think you have to get
Creative.
that's where I think the storytelling skill kind of, you have to like, I don't know, exercise that or like train that part of your brain.
Yeah.
It's
See, I think
like-
that's where I'm at. It's like I think we were talking about this last week. The grinding of the gears. Like I feel like whenever I'm down there and I'm actually working, that's
Yeah.
like one mindset of like producing something versus like telling a narrative, and that's like a completely different mindset. Because I can tap into that mindset at like my leisure, but whenever I'm down there and I'm trying to build something, that's like shut off to me. I can't
Yes.
access it.
Well, I will tell you, when I went to the shop today, I recorded that little segment before I started doing all my work. I actually wrote that the night before. Sent it to myself like a rough script as like an email in the morning. So I kind of like thought about it, did my spiel, and then it's like, okay, for the rest of the day, I can just focus on cutting these panels, and I was doing some other stuff too. But it was like, I have my intro for this segment of the video out of the way, and now I'm free to focus on the other thing. And I thought about it all beforehand.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I've been thinking about is heading over to the after show.
I think it's that
I like
time.
it.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
So everybody, we're heading over to patreon.com/offcutpodcast, hanging out at the after show, the bonus show where we answer your questions and really get unhinged, ungreen hinged, maybe.
On Green Hinge, nice. I like that.
I don't know. But we're going to head over there. And if you don't want to join us, that's cool. We'll catch you next week.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
ya.
I want to give a huge shout out to our returning top tier patrons:
Corey Duvall at Woodcraft and Honey.
Josh at Sawdust Builds,
Joe Welsh at Delaware Valley Workshop.
Goblin Spanker,
You can't say that anymore. Bill Burkle, WTB Woodworking.
Dadu said, "Yeah, buddy."
Building Creative.
RJ Russ,
Bailey Thompson.
Charles Averso.
Damon Pattison.
Bingo bango, you're done.
Zach, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I followed you.
You should stop.
Absolutely nailed it.
Done.
Absolutely
Put
nailed
another one
it.
to rest. We're done.
Well, I say we grab a seltzer water and meet over at the after show.
apparently,
show title.
Oh,
Oh, I got a couple for you.
Okay.
okay. What do you got there? Go first.
All right, I got the one where they tweak the spindle, put the dunce cap on the machine. It's a little long. Go all the way, snake it, or add tension.
Oh.
I've got the one where they snap their bits and the one where they use a dumb CNC.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, the dumb CNC. I was trying to come up with
CNC.
something for that. I couldn't get it. Yeah, dumb
Yeah.
CNC. All right.
You like the one where they use a dumb CNC?
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Word. All right, live stream. We're heading over to the after show. We'll catch you over there.
We'll see you over there.
Yeah.
Oh, Instagram discount.